What's up, everybody? What's up? Hey. Rip Doyle Brunson. Alright. What's up, guys? The godfather of poker has passed away. Gone to Elvis. Alright, what's up today? Otherwise, also rumors circulating that the World Senior Championship might be in Buenos Aires, Argentina. I don't know if I can go that far, if it's even gonna be true, but there's this mention of the possibility of the World Senior being in Buenos Aires. We will see. If in the case of the World Senior being in Buenos Aires, they should have notified like everybody earlier, because it's a big deal to travel to South America. Usually the World Seniors in Europe, and people have to make travel plans to go across the world. It's kind of a big deal, so we will see. But that's my news. All the news that's fit to print, only for you, Arsenal. Even Acerbate's not here. Puzzles dashboard. I love me a Puzzles dashboard. Ooh, I even got it wrong. Jesus Christ. How can that be wrong? Dude. Will I ever get a puzzle right? Like, seriously, how can e4 be wrong? How does white not lose a piece there? That's my king on g7, but... Dude, I just played e4 and it blasted me. What does rook takes e4 then e4 do? And what does rook takes f3 then e4 do? I don't understand what it does. Like, it would take me several moves to, like, checkmate him. Yeah, but I mean, it's still not, like, immediate. He has g5 covered. And what's wrong with winning a full piece? It's losing its queen. All I want to know is the refutation of e4. There must be a refutation, otherwise it wouldn't be a puzzle. Jesus Christ, it's sacking its queen. Two bishops and a pawn, and white is better. Wow. That's pretty nifty. Alright, I accept my defeat. No, that's a mess. Yeah, don't do puzzles when you first wake up in the morning. Then not a lot of candidate moves on this one. I mean, seriously. Oh. I can't wait to see what's wrong with that one. It must be like rook takes c4 or something. Well, even that's wrong. Okay, that's pretty crazy. King g1. I give up, man. Puzzles are not for me. Alright. Anonymous player, good morning. Arsenal fan, good morning. I'm not made to do puzzles. Especially not in the morning. I knew it was a bad idea. Okay, yeah, king g2, queen e4, fair enough. There's a check. That totally makes sense. But I didn't see... What was the refutation of rook h3? It must have been taking on c4. That didn't seem super clear. Good morning. What's up? We're live. 6 viewers. Taking rapid challenges for 2 hours. Counterattack against my queen, I guess. I don't want to think about it anymore. My puzzle rating down to 25-24. That's pretty sad. Let's do one more. Alright. Ooh, an endgame. As long as it's not a rook game, I'm good. Wait, white is going the other way. I'm black. I'm going down the board. Okay. Then it's not so easy. Check. Check followed by h3. Check, king e3. Check, king e3. Check, king e3. So check, king e3. Oh, bishop g5 check. That's cute. It's bishop g5 check. In games I have a better chance. But does it work? Well, you can't stop both pawns. It also interferes with the g pawn. Bishop g5 check. King takes h3, f4, bishop h3, f4, h2, bishop d5, a3, f5, a2, f6, a1, etc. Ooh, I got one right. King f6. I don't think that's going to work. Alright, we got one right. 1 out of 3 ain't bad. He's about as good as me at puzzles. Do we have a challenge? No. Next puzzle. Why can't I do another puzzle? It's a problem. In the morning, the Windows asked me, it was like blackmailing me, update to something, or set up, blah, 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 and it's like your options are agree or remind me in 3 days. They should have like go to hell. Like, why isn't that an option? Go to hell. I can't go forward. Can't go back. Puzzles. Alright. Ooh, another endgame. I love me a good endgame. So we could just like leverage the queenside structure. I mean, c5. Unstoppable pass pawn. And then we break up the king side with an h4. And it's over. It has to be c5. Now, I don't know if it matters when we play h4, for example. It probably does matter, though. I think we want to play... We might have a problem here, actually. If I play a3, king d7, b4, take, king c6, I don't think I'm winning there. So I guess we have to just play a4 at some point on the queen side. Maybe we do nothing here. Just do like h4. Then I'm still concerned about one line. Takes, king takes f4, king f6, king g4, h3, king takes, king f5. So this is a little weird. I think we have to be careful. So you have to play a3. When he goes back to king d7, then we play h4. He'll take it. We take on h4. I think we play a3. So we need to threaten to play b4 and b5. Right. Now, A4, he comes back to E6, so we're probably not winning. If we play B4, we're also not winning. So we have to play H4 in this moment. Good job. Give me any kind of endgames except for king and pawn, and we're good. Whew, I got my points back. Alright, Sladgie challenging. Zen mode. Uh-oh. I'll check your combination later, after this. Sladgie. Is Sladgie a subscriber? Do we have any subscribers? It's been a really bad month, guys, so if you're not tapped out like Arsenal, make sure to donate or subscribe. Oof, the refutation. Not a big fan of 95 there. So he plays exactly the best line. The computer likes that. The creepy crawly. You know, but it's strange for a player like Sladgie, who's an E4 player, to go with the what effectively is like a queen pawn structure. Although maybe we played this and I don't remember. 4 pawns attack. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't get much sharper than that. Speaking of which, Doyle Brunson. Rip. Speaking of going all in, 89. He was like a year older than my mom. Year younger, rather. Your mom. Happy Mother's Day, everybody, yesterday. Be like Donald Trump. Happy Mother's Day to all communist mothers. Alright. Wow. Deep breath. Arsenal, why do you have to be so combative? Insulting Joe Biden like that. It's a bad sign. Arsenal's looking for trouble. I'm not gonna be sucked in today. Man, I hate my position. What the fuck? Sophie Wolfie said, You were the first person I watched playing chess on YouTube. Wow. Interesting. I'm taking that's a long time ago? Alright. I don't like this position at all. I am totally screwed. Cheers, Arsenal fan. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I did start a YouTube channel. Maybe 2014. But I never really got that into it. Never really used my YouTube channel much yet. Waiting for the next lifetime. Alright, this is a terrible position, man. Shaki, I don't understand. Is he like having like is he having like kill Sladgie by using no time day or something? It's weird. I guess the point is to humiliate me by beating me as fast as possible. We do get that sometimes. I think my... Yeah, I was thinking the other day I should go into creating content rather than live. It would probably be better to just go into creating like quality content rather than doing live streaming. But it's more fun. It's more fun live streaming. That's my problem. I'm addicted to fun. Creating content and just like posting it is hard work. I'm allergic to hard work. Dude, I just hate my position. What the heck? This is awful. Why is he crushing me so badly? Think Chigorin. I can't think Chigorin. I never played the Chigorin. I don't know how to think Chigorin Arsenal. I'm just getting flagged to death. What's that about? Did he just play like a load of bullet games or something? One blitz game. One bullet game. 15 bullet games. One ultra bullet. Think. How about just thinking? Let's commit suicide by chess. All right. Suicide by chess. And he uses 5 seconds for the whole game, just abusing my time control. With your superpowers, and you only see one good move, man, my position must be better than I thought. Usually when I get a bad position, there's like 3 or 4 moves that will kill me. But one good move is enough. I can't believe he's doing this. It crossed my mind, but it's so counterintuitive. Is there any sense in taking away from the center? Was that the good move? I didn't think so. Well, I have to say I'm happy to see the bishop pair go. Well, I'm not happy for White's domination of the center. Looks pretty serious. I'm desperate. I might be able to survive a blockade type position. No, I don't think he's hanging by a thread. I don't know, man. I think black's just worse. It's not as bad as it was, but I'm still just totally dominated in the center. It's not about his center. I mean, it's about his control of the center. He doesn't have a perfect pawn center like he might have in some lines, but his control of it, like in general with the bishop, with the queen on d3, the knight on d4, white just totally dominates the center. I mean, even if his pawn structure is not perfect, white has a huge advantage here. It's got to be like +2. He took en passant, and now we have to make a sacrifice. We're losing a pawn. That's kind of a weird decision. I think he has drank too many energy drinks or something. I wonder why he was playing so fast, but this question kind of answers itself at some point. Don't ask why. Don't ask why. People just, he's like playing Hyperbullet and stuff. He must be playing tons of Hyperbullet, and he just plays fast because he just plays fast, you know? It's probably best not to overthink it. Did I bishop a6? Yeah, probably Arsenal. I'm like down to 20 seconds and I'm freaking out. No, I don't think so. Yeah, maybe, but yeah, I'm really low on time. He's just trying to flag me. It's pretty brutal. It's hard to believe I'm not down any material yet. Really? He did what? He had rook e5, which was a really strong move with a massive advantage. Winning at least a pawn. There's no way I'm going to hold my d-pawn, plus he's doubling up on the e-file, but I had rook a5. I would play rook e5, rook a5, just clinging to my pawn. He's obviously suffering from bullet chess syndrome. Arsenal, you got a lot of creative tactical ideas this morning. The opening variation was exactly what I considered the best for white. I don't think this is really a playable system. It's just not good enough. I guess if you play the Nimzovich, you have to play d5 or e5 on move 2. The d6 is just too passive. I just don't think it's really playable. The setup is strong. Just d5. Knight e5 is bad. And knight b8, c4. Really hard for black to get his pieces out. And so much space. It's terrible for me. I see what you're doing over there. It's kind of crazy to have him have like 2 minutes to my increments and just be waiting for him to use his time now. A masterclass in time management by both of us. One who uses too much time and one who doesn't use enough. Yeah, how is that a good move? But he really came revved up and ready to play. Yeah, I know. I think he had to play his king to h3. I mean, it wasn't really an option to leave it in the open. It seems like forever, doesn't it? Hung my pawn. Hung my pawn? Panic. Whew, that was a close one. Yeah. It's terrible. Ugh. What an opening. My God. Yeah, as you can see, d6 dubious. d5 is the best scoring move for white, but actually black has a surprising number of wins here. I had this once already with a very bad position. c4 to the number one move. And then, yeah, so I think the engine, well, when I analyzed it a couple years ago, you see e6 is the number one move. It's a new idea. But maybe it doesn't hold up with a stronger engine. I was using a weaker machine when I analyzed this and decided to play e6. Maybe it's not better than the other moves. For a while it wants to play e6, but then when you kick it in, it is a novelty. You kick it into a higher gear, it's thinking about changing its mind to like g6. Looks like I've played it against a lot of people before. Against you? How could I play it against you? You play d4, man. I don't see how I can play it against a d4 player. But after e6, he just played like logical moves, knight c3. Peter wants to play bishop g7 anyway, but then what's the point of e6? I don't get it. This is just not enough. ed5, cd5, c6, wow. That's pretty crazy, honestly. Wow. Look at that. It's like a Philidor. So f4 is too much. What I did is really not good. Apparently I should exchange again. It's kind of counterintuitive. I mean, I'm really living on the edge here. This is -2. This hippo. This is a bad hippo. -3. And that was your move? Arsenal, knight g5. Yeah, I thought about b6. +3 after knight g5. Ugh, terrible. Terrible. Of course, bishop takes b6 is bad. Bishop e3, b6, a hippo. That's bad too, apparently. I have to play e5, but I mean, yeah, the whole position is crap. It's like here I have to play knight f6, allow e5, and then plunk. He doesn't have e5. Wow, this looks horrible for black, though. Castle, castle. Bishop g4. Try to trade pieces. Alright, anyway. We've got 4 challenges now. Dinekis, Schumacher, learning chess. And Schumacher is first. God, don't let me play that opening anymore without being more careful. He was like bluffing. He was like rushing me in the opening though with the instant moves, and it got on my nerves. I was playing too fast myself. I should take more time, just The first couple of moves I played quickly as well, and really should have used my time. You feel rushed by your opponent, you know. If you need a whole minute, then spend a minute. I mean, whatever. So, what's up, guys? Can you play a b6 Nimzo? Well, I don't know. Depends on what he plays. b6 Nimzo. Well, you can't just play the b6 Nimzo. I mean, he plays the classical variation. b6 is bad there, you know. I've played it before. That's a bad variation. I lost to Hera Imre. This is a bad variation, dude. The Schumacher doesn't play the critical line. He doesn't play the critical line here. Now he's playing the proper move. What is super bet anyway? Yeah, I know it's embarrassing that Ding is in last place. Actually, both Ding and the Pomniachi. But is it really like a popular sporting bet site? Like, okay, they banned everything in Hungary probably. I didn't think it was really a big one. Yeah, but I mean, they're just further confirming the fact that the candidates tournament just produces a random winner. That's my whole problem with the World Championship. You have a candidates tournament, anybody could win out of like 10 people. And, you know, it might as well just be random who the world champion is. It could have been Caruana, could have been Leslie So or Ferrugia or something. It's all kind of crazy. This seems weird. You're not allowed to play Bishop D3. Maybe someone played it against me once. I think someone did this against me once. Oh, is that pin? That's why. Wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. Ambulance. Oh my god. I almost played a really bad move. So which way do we go? Which way did he go? I think we give up the bishop, keep the knight. Plus yes, bishop a6, Arsenal's favorite move. I don't know. Is an idea. Trading pieces is good when you're up material. It is pretty crazy. Yeah, I agree though. Those guys are crazy. I mean, it's seriously insane. I think they're crazy to just play in the first tournament that comes along. Yeah, that is pretty nuts. But I guess being world champion doesn't mean what it used to mean anymore. It's lost. It's kind of lost its. Now that Magnus is not world champion anymore, they don't have the leverage. No one's gonna like pay them $1 million just to show up somewhere or something. They're not Magnus Carlsen, so they've got to just play in any old tournament. Probably a contractual obligation. Yeah, like Yeah, they probably committed before the World Championship, but it's still a dumb idea. It's lost the World Champion title. The title has lost its its mystique, I think. E5. Right. A little like Shockey. Floppy, loose, bullet style. But probably not that bad. So D6. Castles. You know, he's allergic to castling kingside. Schumacher has a lot of weird fetishes. At least chess wise. He's a chess fetishist. But why can't I play knight to c6 again? Well, I can, and maybe I should. I'm being paranoid. Oh no, because he castles and I'm going to get skewered. That's the reason why I can't play knight c6. So knight c6 castles somewhere. Castles kingside. I know how much he hates to castle kingside. Knight g4. D6 castles takes was my main line. Castles. Talking a lot about castles. Castles is. A lot of castles is. Well, anyway. A beautiful move. We're supposed to be like, C4 was a great move or something. D5. Yeah, I looked at it. But I don't see how it works. I'm going to lose my D5 pawn. Then I'm going to lose maybe a rook. Well, D6 is the safest move for me. Anything else loses control of the center. Schumacher, why are you obsessed with not castling? With the white pieces in the classical Nimzo. Now he's like totally depressed because he can castle either way. But he never wants to castle at all, you know, so now it's like somehow he has to sit there staring at the possibility of castling. You know, he like hates castling on principle. Why don't you just play h4, bro? Or rook d1. Just give me your central pawn. Yeah, I'm just simply interested in consolidating my extra pawn here. Nothing fancy. We must really have hurt him to castle. This is our main line. I won't be quacking. Quackling. You know, interestingly, maybe I should think about not quackling right away. Queen b7. I'm like making fun of him. Quackling. You're quacking me up, man. And other duck jokes. What did the duck say to his friend? Where's Asterbait? He's not here. Sometimes he's just missing on Monday mornings. Wonder what he does. Sleep once a week or something. Goes into like weekly hibernation. You'd be the top of the bill. With my speed, it should be turtle jokes. Seriously. Oh, I saw this variation already, and then I forgot my own analysis. Lingering compensation for sacrificed pawn. Yesterday, Simul was a pretty good result, but then I realized I had white in every game. So that probably had something to do with it. And you didn't play, and someone on sound didn't play. Move 11. Well, Move 11 doesn't play much. Who else didn't play? I beat Mr. Slow though. That's good. That rarely happens. So that guy. You think that one guy was cheating against me? It's pretty crazy that he doesn't know like the sixth move of the open Roi de Pez, and then he played like a perfect game after that. Yeah, that's honestly I shouldn't have let him in the simul. He had like 17 games. It was just that we didn't have that many people to choose from. Once in a while I let one slip through the cracks, and he had 17 games or something. So of course he's cheating. Okay. Who plays D6 in the, you can't be an experienced player and play that, and then, doesn't make sense. He's like playing the opening on his own and then flicking on the engine. Played like 10 engine moves in a row. What does a black duck call a white duck? That's politically correct. A Quaker. The Quakers. Quaker Oil Company. Oh, my knight is trapped. Oh my god. Take him down in a rook ending, Sladgie. What? Are you crazy? You think you can avoid me? Changing queens like that? No way. I'm not that easy. We figured you made it up. I got challenges with some subscribers. Learning chess keeps dropping out. I don't know if he's a subscriber. I thought he should trade queens and put the rook on the 7th rank with some compensation, but he wouldn't want to do that. Okay, it's not so simple. Maybe he still has some chance here. He's only down a pawn with a bad pair of isolated pawns, but some dynamism. He's got to find a good move now. It's that simple. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Wait, that's some comp. No, seriously, white has some compensation here. This is not a clean pawn up. Hera Imre, he is not. He's also not as fast as Shaki, but he found Queen F4, which is the best move, I would assume. Hmm. I don't think so, Arsenal. I have, you know, a pawn up and no, I think he's smart not to trade queens. Not all endgames are drawn with a rook on the 7th. My queen side majority is still pretty strong. Now we're getting somewhere. Ooh. Coordination station. Maybe he has a defense to this too. Tactic Puzzles 101. Wow. Okay. Wow, that's weird. I don't have anything. What are the chances? Double check. 94. Do it with double check. I can't believe I didn't have anything more dramatic there. I didn't see anything. Whew. Wow, Rogozenko allowed this? That's funny. You're not alone. Rogozenko Grandelius, Bishop D3, question mark. Delicious. What, Danchenko? No, Grandelius did C4. Oh yeah, I remember this. I remember seeing this game. That's weird. Wow, Bishop A6 is even stronger than both. That's nuts. Wow. Bishop A6. Found by neither 2600 player. You don't suck, you're just daft. Alright. Wow, bishop a6. Bishop a6, knight a6. It takes a 2600. I'm tired. I don't think I wrote it right. Oh, didn't you have queen f1, knight g3, knight e2? Maybe. I get what you're talking about. Knight g3 check. Queen f1 check. Can I do all those things at once? Anyway, we're following this game. This is actually okay for white. Danchenko did what I did, but white has compensation. But apparently knight e2 is better. I think I had that already in a game. Wait. Yep. No, that's this game. Wow. But here I've got a game against Nils. Ah. So Nils did 92 against me. That's what I was thinking of. That was, wow, that was 4 years ago? What? 3.5 years ago? Are you freaking kidding me? I must have played, damn, that's 3.5 years ago. That's when I was, when was that? 2019. Where is the time going? 2019. I had just come back to Budapest. Where I was just coming back to Budapest. Just before the pandemic started. Wow. Yeah, knight e2 is better. It's just that, you know, Schumacher likes bishop d2. He has a bishop d2 fetish. Amazingly, he's better here. And I should have played knight c7. Wow. So after e5, d6, I'm equal. And you should have castled the queen side, according to the engine. Takes, castles here, 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 here. Takes, queen takes. So taking queen, queen takes queen is not equal. Bishop takes s6 isn't enough. This is best. This is best. Now the engine wants to take the ending. That's funny. Why is it any different, really? Now it really wants to take the ending. I admit it's not necessarily a win for black, but I would be happy to play the ending. Anyway, did I have some clear win there? This is an unbelievable move. Queen e2 is best. Queen e2 is best. Unbelievable. So your question was basically, do I have queen f1, king h2, knight e2? But the problem is he can defend. I mean, I am up 2 pawns in an ending, so I guess that's good. Continentalia has followed. Coffee hand chess. No, it's caffeine in chess earlier. Coffee hand. Mr. Coffee hand. Alright. Dinekis. Is anyone else a subscriber? Is Dinekis a subscriber? Is Learning Chess a subscriber? I know Arsenal. Do you want to play? Right. Well, yeah, it's better not to have queen takes f3. Ooh, I finally get white. Okay. Working on English so I don't lose in 20 moves anymore when I play it. The only real fear I have is e5. But you're going back into our favorite line. Alright, I might make a video on this today. Interestingly, a game in this variation. We had a game yesterday where my opponent went off pissed, or was pissed off. Now you're going to be on my previous video. Korchnoi, Karpov, Korchnoi, Karpov. Now knight c6 is, yes, the main move. Traditionally queen e4 was played here, but according to my analysis, it's possible that queen f4 is better. Nice that we actually get to play something we studied for a change. Long work day, so I can't calculate to move 3. Hey, Smiro. But it's good that you're employed. Now d6. I just analyzed the game for a video with this move. Yeah, I guess it was this move. They always play this move, I guess. I'm just thinking, is it possible to play knight e7, but probably not. No, d6 is normal. And then after this move, black has a choice in this position of like 2 different lines at least. But as far as I know, this is standard. I don't know it that well. I mean, I've analyzed 1 or 2 games. It's queen f4 is pretty new. It's only been around for a few years. Probably a computer move. So I saw a game for chess lecture where black played knight e7 here. Someone strong. But this is kind of the main line. But I'm not sure black always does knight takes e5. What other moves does he have? I don't know if he does have another move. Queen f6 or something. I think I have to recapture. Arsenal just plays on instinct. Bishop d6. My instincts tell you the force. Just close your eyes and use the force, Arsenal. Bishop d6. I had this creepy feeling I saw this. Queen takes d6, bishop takes d6, knight b5, bishop b8. Asterbait would like that. He's all about that. Putting his bishops on b8. Arsenal's noticeably quiet. Maybe he does that when he's playing. Okay. Concentrate. You're supposed to know less about this than me, but it seems like I know less. I'm using more time. Is there any sense in not trading queens here? Is there any sense in making sense? My first time playing this position. White's a little better, but not a lot. Yeah. You got Everkeen, thanks for following. You got your like standard sort of queenside majority type of French C3 Sicilian type of ending where white's a little bit better, easier to create a passed pawn, maybe a tiny lead in development. But how do I want to play it? Do I want to trade or play bishop f4? Bishop f4, take, bishop b4. f6 or bishop f4, take f6. I keep getting this like blinking on my screen. Flashing. The Mozilla browser. distracting. It will flash every so often, almost like the command line prompt is flashing up or something. Prompt flashing. Take bishop e3. Let's just trade. Oh, he pre-moved it. Wow, Arsenal. That's impressive. That was pretty sweet, dude. Nailed me with that pre-move. I don't know about queen check. I didn't think about it. Probably I should have. I mean, I thought about it for a second, you know, but not long enough. Check. It deserves more consideration than I gave it. He's probably okay. He can play like queen c6 or something. But yeah, I should have considered it more seriously. I wasted a lot of time. Tezek, welcome. My people are here. This was like Erdogan at the rally after his election, running for election last night. Just raising his hands like, yeah. The world is not heading in a democratic direction. There's nothing new about that. Sadly. Welcome to Hungary. Alright. I mean, you have a very complicated situation with, you know, with the religion, religious dichotomy there. The Muslims, you know, it's not the same as other countries where religion plays necessarily a big role in the election. Muslims are afraid to not go with Erdogan at the expense of everything else. The economy is just tanked. Democracy, very similar to Hungary, really. The situation, except it's not based on, here it's not based on religion, just cult of personality. Alright. Castle. I'm not afraid to castle queenside. I don't know enough to really speak about Turkish elections. Just the obvious thing is people are voting based mostly on religion on the one side. I hate mixing religion with politics. Alright. We just, yeah, if only I could migrate to a non-Muslim country, but why couldn't you? You have your family? I'm sure you could if you wanted to. It's not easy to migrate to another country. I live in another country and I feel alienated all the time. Well, I mean, they'll have a second election, but it looks like, apparently, like, winning the parliamentary elections, a lot of people, they don't want to see, like, a split government. So there's, like, that factor's going to acerbate in the House. That factor's going to push Erdogan to win. Erdogan will win. From what I read. Oh well. RIP democracy. Welcome to Hungary, where we can never, we slowly won't even be like a sense in having elections anymore. It's, you know, it's like maybe this will be your last so-called election. once someone cements power for 20 years, it's just going to get worse. It's not going to get better. I mean, he just cements more and more and more power. It's probably the last. This was the last chance, at least until he dies. You know. My plan wasn't to attack on the king side, but I'm starting to get this feeling like I should go for king side. Not really attack, but like space grabbing. This may not be a good move by me though. I'm not so sure this is a good idea. Really should have thought this out a little bit more before I decided to do it. This was a big mistake. I'm gonna go with the flow. I don't think this was worth it. Burning a lot of bridges here. Though I thought he would play knight h5 there, honestly. Politicians are corrupt everywhere. But we're never going to change the government here. I'm not a Hungarian citizen, so I don't vote anyway, but I could be, I guess, if I wanted to. A dual citizen. I've lived here long enough, that's for sure. But it's like these autocrats get in power, and the longer they stay in power, the more they cement their power. You're not going to get rid of Erdogan until he dies. In Turkey, same thing here. Same thing in Russia. It's always like the old people who are voting. It's the same thing here. All these like old people who live in the villages and stuff. It's exactly the same. These old people living in villages, their life's not going to change. But they're like deciding the election. No, one thing I don't understand, Tezek, is like, apparently there's lots and lots of Turks living outside of Hungary, outside of Turkey, but you would think like the opposition would, they said like 60% of the opposition, or 60% of the vote of Turks living abroad went to Erdogan last time. You would think like the Turks that live outside of Turkey would more support the opposition candidate. But why? You know, I don't get why the millions of Turks that live outside of Turkey are voting like 60% for Erdogan. If they live outside of Turkey, you'd think they wouldn't support. It's weird. I think Arsenal made a big mistake by going back to d7. Could have played more actively with knight h5, knight f4. Although I'm not sure he's like lost. He has very little space to maneuver here. It's a pretty bad situation. Tempting to take that knight, but you know, it may not be that simple. He's going to get counterplay if I do that. So I should play b4. The knight fianchetto. My favorite. We all love a good fianchetto knight, don't we? Nobody can resist a nice fianchetto knight. Arsenal included. Right, that makes sense. Well, it's like Hungarians. Yeah, we have some, like, marginalized Hungarians who live across the border. And I don't know if it's the same in Turkey, but the Hungarians who live, like, in Romania, they're, like, super nationalist. But they're not like Hungarians who went to work abroad or something. They're still angry that the territory was given over to Romania 50 years ago or whatever, 70 years ago. Oh well. So I won a piece. Arsenal didn't get its usual, like, active game on. I managed to sort of suck the life out of it. To bore him to death. Best when bored to death. But I'm curious about the opening. As you can see, my first game playing this line. And this is the move that was played in the video I did last week. I analyzed Dubov Kovalev. But you played this move, which should... I thought this would transpose to something. But it doesn't? That's odd. It should transpose after knight EC5. Okay, yeah, now. Siroan Beliavsky. So the normal move is knight f6. There's only one example of someone playing your move queen d6, and I didn't know what to do. This is where I thought forever. You're actually right. Whoever suggested queen b5 check, Anonymous Chess, suggested it. I didn't pay enough attention to that move. I just, like, kind of glanced at this and thought, oh, I'll lose the initiative. But you can't sacrifice this pawn. Yeah, I thought queen c6. That's what the engine agrees. But I have a better endgame. I mean, I just have a better structure. It's slightly better for white. It's not like black is lost, but... Yeah, Lalich played bishop f4, which I thought was the other move. Yeah, you didn't have to play bishop b8. You kind of lost some time there. This wasn't a good plan by me, though. G4 was a bad move, and this is where I thought you messed up. You should have played knight h5. But I didn't play it well. I mean, G4, even f3 might be a mistake. I should have been more alert about this obvious, thing here. So we both made a lot of mistakes. All right. We got a request to join the team. Blitz 1900, Rapid 2455. That makes sense. That's a high Rapid reading. Alright, Dinekis. Oh, rated. No. Sorry. You can play in the team conditionally. But definitely not rated. Not with that rating disparity. I don't play rated anyway. Alright. Dinekis, anonymous player. Who's a subscriber? No, I think G4 was bad by me. I was impulsive. But I should be slightly better. You gotta play that better. Queen d6 is a mistake, it looks like. Back to the books. You said yourself that you're behind the curve compared to your peers in the openings. No, King's Indian. No. I hate you, King's Indian. Well, no, I don't think like booking up on c4 is critical for you. But you should at least make up your mind what you want to play. G6 or E6? Or both? Alright. Or neither. But yeah, I mean, what, 1 in 10 of your opponents is going to play the English. Guys, we have like 45 minutes left. I've got challenges from Sladgie Rapid. I don't know if Rapid is a subscriber. I do ask people to be subscribers in order to play first. Astrobate, you awoke. You awoke. C6 is a move. I played that against someone, myself, a couple of years ago. Lugi played this against me. I mean Hans. I mean, whatever. What are we doing? Arsenal, have you thought about playing like c4, e5 with black? You do play e4 often with white, so it might make sense. I mean, it is like the most aggressive move, and I know you don't always play e4. It is. What did I play? D4 this time? Alright. But, having said that, like, the line you're playing is fine. Just have to play better. I personally like that variation for white, though. In general. It's a little more active than most English variations. A little more space. So now we're a tempo up in what would be like a Czech Benoni type of setup. This should be good for me. It should be really good. Astrobate. Now we play in G4 for sure. Arsenal gonna be the ball. Astrobate, what was that shady Czech Benoni you played in the simul with knight a6? Uh-oh, h5. So now what do I do? I could even play bishop e2. I mean, you lost the tempo. Then he'll play like h4, bishop g5. That's fine. How weird would it be to play bishop back to e2? I mean, you're up a tempo, I'm up a tempo, it's all good. You're up. I'm getting thirsty. Where's my water? This seems strange to play bishop b2, honestly. I would never have really considered it if it wasn't for the fact that he played c6, c5. And I'm just like, okay. You're trying to confuse the chess master. You lost to a Czech Benoni. You lost to a Czech playing the Benoni. That's different. Guys, Doyle Brunson died. And in other news, the World Senior might be rumored to be held in Buenos Aires. I've never been to Argentina and I always wanted to go. But it's only a rumor so far. I don't know if I can afford to go to Argentina. But it's pretty much like the country I would most want to go to in South America. Anyway. Every day every week I'm like checking the status. Bishop Retreat. Status of the World Senior. World Senior status. What happens to Doyle's money? Yeah, I think he has a family. It's Phil Ivey. That's like we're all just holding Phil Ivey's money, I thought. There was always these rumors about Doyle dying and stuff, and then he really died. He was 89. That's pretty good, man. I would be like 89, make it to 89. Damn, dude, you're doing well. And he lived a good life, like, you know, he was active until the end. But right, to live in the poker world like that and not become like a alcoholic or a, you know, out of control gambler, he did well. He's like one year younger than my mom, I think. Interesting pawn sacrifice you got there. I'm gonna play one more prophylax. Arsenal, do you say innings in cricket? Do they use that term in cricket? Yeah, you sent me a game? Okay. I always wondered where innings came from. Yeah. Alright. So Teze, thanks for being a subscriber and submitting a game. We'll get to that this week. Aspirate, notice how we keep the bishops back at a distance where they're not harassed. They're not experiencing religious harassment. Wow, can you seriously like let me take that pawn on h5? Wow. Damn, bro. Am I seriously gonna sack a pawn here? Bob Sakaponda. I can't believe it. That's crazy. Yeah, you always wondered if baseball, I mean, you'd think like baseball was basically the influence in the creation of, I mean, cricket was the influence in the creation of baseball, but I mean, I don't think there's any like clear evidence. But innings is pretty suspicious. I don't know enough history. Enough history. You had a 5 CPL victory. Wait, this is risky. I'm taking this pawn, but I'm a little bit lagged in development. What could possibly go wrong here? I almost played rook h2 at one point. But I think you gotta play f5 there before it's too late. It might already be too late. He had to play f5 and try to blow up the light squares. Never feel bad for your opponents. Tezake Man with a new account. Tezake Man. Alright. Dinekis is next. How is black not getting mated here? Oh, the Dingley ran. Black's not getting mated. That's a fact. Shit. Shit. Shit happens. Feeling depressed because of my health situation and elections. Ooh. Yeah, I hope you're recovering. Well, I know the elections can be depressing. I think a lot of people here are very depressed. It sort of slowly gets worse and worse. It feels hopeless, you know? It was even worse in Turkey with the earthquake. The economy, like, worse than here. Has to be really bad. I'm surprised there's not more, like, civil unrest. Everyone in Hungary is pretty lackadaisical. But our economy somehow keeps functioning. Which I don't fully, like, really understand. Alright, knight check, bishop takes, pawn takes, rook takes. Knight check, bishop takes, pawn takes. Let's do it. Blacked out my bishop. It's a block out. The funny variation. Queen h6. Then like rook g8 check. Knight takes. The sound of the police. Queen takes h6. Rook g8 check. King takes, knight takes check. King somewhere. Like where? King h7. Knight f5. Oh, I have queen f5 checked. I didn't even see it. Yeah, this wasn't a good game for black. Very dangerous variation. This h3. It's extremely problematic for black. Even for good players who are like well prepared theoretically, I think it's a problem. I don't even want to play e5. He tried to play c6, but then played e5 and c5. I think if you want to play, I like to try to play the Benoni better against this h3 King's Indian. First of all, that's one option, and the second option is to just do like a fluid c6 a6 type of thing. Playing e5, the normal King's Indian plan is just Playing knight g6, I missed that. Knight g6. What I'm trying to say is, like, the traditional setup with e5 and the King's Indian, very hard to play against this h3 stuff. It's just probably easier to just not do it. Either play the Benoni or play a setup where you don't play e5 at all. c5 based setups. I mean, if you don't play the Benoni or don't know how to play a Benoni type of structure, probably, you know, you don't want to be playing the King's Indian anyway. What I'm saying is, so my mouse is acting up. Soltis talks about c6. There's also a6. This is an interesting move. But I think like c5 is playable. Because obviously if like pawn takes pawn, you have queen a5. Even this move is good. But the variations where the center closes and white plays like d5 and white plays for g4, it's... I don't want to even touch those positions for black, honestly. It's even worse with the bishop on g5. No, I did try this though a couple times. This knight c6, d5, knight e5, allowing f4. But again, it's another situation where your bishop isn't shut down. The bishop's diagonal isn't shut down. This is kind of experimental. But you know, at least your bishop is open, so white can't like castle queenside and try to destroy you. I think that's the key difference. If the center is closed, white often can just attack on the king side, has a free hand. All right, we've got 20 minutes left. If you look at the statistics, like the h3, the Kaganev system, it's devastating. White's score with this opening is it's ridiculous. Like, because white doesn't get attacked on the king side the same way that he does in the classical King's Indian. It's kind of the best of both worlds, really, for white. You have space, and you can even attack black on the king side. In some lines. What do I want to play today? No, bishop a6 is not played against the e3 usually. That's weird. Can you really do that? Can you try to force that? Huh. You could play d5 here. I feel like there's a problem with it. Takes on f1. That's not a problem. I can do b3. Queen a4 check. Queen a4 check is an issue sometimes. Knight e5. Or knight e5 makes sense. Not really a developing move in a pure sense. But pawn takes pawn, there's nothing fancy, is there? Like, bishop takes f1. You're not supposed to be able to play bishop a6 in the e3 Queen's Indian, I thought. Take care, anonymous player. And then I don't think b3 is going to refute his setup. It just occurred to me. This is lame. examination. But we have a slight edge now. Dinekas plays too quickly. Like some other people. I admit it's hard to slow down if you're used to playing a faster pace. It's like boring. It's like playing one poker table when you're used to playing 10. Could you try d takes c4 after queen c2? No? He loses a piece. Queen takes e4. But I kind of like wonder about bishop b4. Maybe he shouldn't even do that. White is definitely slightly better now, but it's not much. c6, bishop d3, knight bd7, and black remains like solid. Snedsteg. Did you challenge earlier? Or did you just... Is your challenge disappearing? Do you find that? Do you find that happening a lot? I'm halfway. I always do this. I'm like not paying attention to the camera. Like half on the camera. Guys, in 2 weeks I'm moving, finally, permanently. There might be a little bit of downtime. Like a week. I don't know. I really don't know what to expect, how long it's going to take me to get my internet up in a new place, and does black get comp if he sacks c7? Depends on what we're talking about. This is what I expected. Pawn takes pawn, bishop takes f1. Nothing fancy. So I'm here. I could play knight e5. That doesn't look good. White must stand better. Obviously, Arsenal, it depends, is the answer. Very definitive answer. Every question of that kind. Sacrificing the c7 pawn is, I would say, common in many openings, like the Grunfeld, Queen's Gambit sometimes. I like knight d7. He's giving up the center now. If pawn takes c5, and black plays against my hanging pawns, no, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. So if pawn takes knight d7, bishop e4 or something, rook c8, queen a3. You gotta like queen a3. Can't play c5. Never say never. Yeah, I honestly, if knight d7, I don't think I would go for that. But anyway, my d3 bishop's hanging. You're talking about before bishop d3? He's taking on d3. So there's no way I can win the c7 pawn. Lunchtime. What are we having for lunch today, Arsenal? Fish and chips. Breadsels. Hot pretzels. Get your red hot pretzels here. So the point was bishop e4 and queen a3, but he has an antidote. Arsedote. Can one have a constipated personality? My big idea of playing like bishop e4 is probably overrated. I don't really see another option. I'm waiting for the punchline. Okay, rook b8, and then the idea is bishop b7. So queen a3 doesn't win a pawn. Black has the epic bishop to b7. Sire! You shall use the term sire when addressing me. I'm happy you even credited my comment with joke status, Arsenal fan. I don't think it honestly deserved even that. To be even labeled a joke is kind of pushing it. Stupid comment, maybe. Commander Akbar. And he's made this sort of work. Unbelievable. Admiral Akbar. There was this guy at the poker club that looked just like Admiral Akbar. It's like I thought I had high blood pressure. Admiral Akbar looks like he's off the scale. Alright. I'm just making a lot of like Star Trek references because I'm rewatching Star Wars, sorry. So trained to say Star Trek that I automatically say Star Trek instead of Star Wars. Rewatching Star Wars after all those years. It's a very emotional experience. It was such an iconic thing for my generation. A kite hire service. Rent a kite. Well, that exists. Am I missing out on another bad joke? Probing the depths of Black's position here. Now queen a3. Just queen a3. Bishop b7. This sucks. Why do I never have anything here? This is crazy, bro. heartbreaking position, really. How can I have nothing? There's got to be something somewhere. Okay, I simply have to trade bishops. Take what I can get here. What can I get? A passed pawn, an open file. What have you got for me? Higher than a kite, right. It's a pharmaceutical expression. Still nothing. What was that? A follow? Loose chess master, and bush pig master, and ever keen have followed. At least we got some follows today. Man, I'm not taking on c5 and just losing my structure. So where the hell is my advantage? This is pissing me off. I have nothing anywhere. This is insane. With that control of the center, you'd think I would have some kind of advantage here. It's like ridiculous. Just push the pawn? That's all I've got? Are you kidding me? This is sad. Rook takes or pawn takes? Queen a6. Sucks. Very little advantage for white, but it's an imbalanced structure for the ending. Yeah, rook takes, knight f8. Unclear rook ending. I guess my pawn structure is bad, but not that bad. Man, Danekis can play really well at times. To navigate any sort of tactical problems here in this game. Navigation station. Who's better? Wow, g5. That doesn't stop me. You will not stop me. Bring me the Wookiee. Is that a good move? Guys, I gotta go. It was nice knowing you. Islands. okay, you have a little surprise for me. I get it. Where are you going? Oops. That was a mouse slip. But I think he's in trouble anyway. Apparently he was holding on after rook c4. If he plays f5... This is not an easy position for black. Rook c4 was dubious. It was unnecessary. I was afraid of f5 coming though. Okay, if I do like rook d2, it wants me to do rook d2. Okay, so I can still do d6 if f5. He retreated the rook so he could play f5 without d6 attacking his rook. But apparently I'm winning anyway. Till I played c4. Guys, I gotta go. Snedsteak. I gotta go. I gotta go. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Alright, bye-bye, guys. Have a good one. Nice saying. Good games.